Assalamu alaikum. I came with a one interesting topic today, a quadratic equation. You people know that this problem or this topic is very important either you are in a IGCSE, GCSE or in A levels, because at the end you came to a situation in which you have some of the quadratic equation and you have to solve this equation to find probably your answers. So starting from the basics so that this problem or this topic will be understood by the IGCSE students because they don't know the definition of quadratic equation first. I was teaching online and most of the students when at the first class I asked define student what is quadratic equation, even they don't know the definition. So I'm going to start from the basics. All right. So what is mean by equation? In order to define quadratic equation, you must be familiar with the term equation first. What is an equation? Think in your mind. If you don't know, then you have to consider a variables that is x, y, and z. You know that in maths, these are known as variables. Constants c, 0, 1, and something like that. These are known as constants. And the operations of maths that are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. These are known as operations of maths. They are four basic operations. No doubt there are also many others like finding the square root, finding the modulus, finding the distance, finding the length, and all these things. But for that topic, we have to consider only for these basic operations. Alright. So when you people are going to make a combination of variables, constants, and operations in a way to compare these terms with each other, at the end you have an expression that is known as equation. For example, if I consider 2x plus 1, that is not equation. That is not only expression, nothing else. Now you can say that this is expression because that involves only variables, constants, and operation, but not including the sign of equality. So when there is not a sign of equality, that would be only algebraic expression. Hope so you are understanding what I want to say. When you have only variables, constant, and operation without relating it with inequality or without relating it with some of a equality to the constants or another expression, that would be only expression, not the equation. This is known as algebraic expression, or simply you can also name it as expression, not an issue. But if I would like to change this equation in a way just like 2x plus 1 which is equals to 9. Now this is equation. No doubt, when I shift 9 over here, that would be 2x minus 1 minus 9 is equals to 0. But at least there is a sign of equality. So when there is a sign of equality, that would be known as equation. Either it is equals to 0 or maybe equals to 9, maybe equals to 1000, 1 lakh and so on. Not an issue. But it should contains the sign of equality. So when someone asks you to define what is equation, you have to say that when algebraic expression is relating with an other algebraic expression or sum of a constant by making a comparison with a sign of equality, that gives you the definition of equation only. Equation means making a relationship between two sides of the expressions. That's all. So if you people understand the definition of equation, then you are able to define its type. There are many types of equation. One of them is linear, other one is quadratic, third one is cubic, fourth one is fourth root of, other one is cubic unity, fourth root of unity, and many other types. But generally you have to work for that. Linear equation means maximum power variable should be 1. For example, x plus 3. Maximum power of this variable is 1 over here, which is equals to, for example, 0. So maximum power of this variable is 1, so this is a type of linear equation. Quadratic equation means maximum power should be 2. Maximum power of variable actually. For example, x square plus 3, which is equals to 0. Now you can see the maximum power is 2. So that is a definition of quadratic equation. Other one is a cubic equation means maximum power of the variable should be 3, that would be known as cubic, and fourth root of equation means maximum power of the variable should be 4. That's all. So these are generally the types of equation. Now I'm going to hit the basic topic, that is a topic for today, quadratic equations. So it have a general form ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Now you can see for this general expression the maximum power is 2. It means that define the basic definition of quadratic formula, quadratic equation actually. I'm using again formula, it means that the same just like equation. So that defines the basic definition of quadratic equation, and there is a one of the restriction over it, that a cannot be equals to 0. In mostly books with the topic of quadratic equation, this thing is written, and many students are not familiar, like why I just write it down a should not be equals to 0. If I put a is equals to 0 in this general form, what happens? Then this term will die out, and this equation can be written as bx plus c. I did told you the maximum power of variable is 1 here, then it would be linear, not a quadratic. So that's why for a quadratic equation there is a restriction over here. A cannot be 0. If you put a is equals to 0 over here, then your quadratic equation will be converted into a linear equation. That is not good. That doesn't define the definition of quadratic equation actually. So that was the thing about it. Now if I would like to solve one of the question for quadratic equation to make it easy for you, so that you can understand what you have to do actually. So question number 1 is x square plus 2x minus 15 is equals to 0. First of all, look, either this is quadratic, yeah, this is quadratic. So if this is quadratic, then you have to first of all do two things. This is actually c, this is actually a, that is over here it seems to be 1. So first of all, minus 15 times by 1, do c with a. C is minus 15 and A is 1. Be sure to consider about the sign. Consistent about the sign. If you choose wrong sign, then your whole of the answer would be 0 or maybe in a wrong way. So be consistent with the sign. So this is minus 15 and the E is 1 over here. You can see clearly. So this is 15 times minus 1 is minus 15. Now you people have to choose two numbers whose product makes minus 15 but whose addition or subtraction should make the middle term, that is 2. If I choose minus 15 times by 1, no doubt that would be minus 15. But if I choose minus 15 plus 1, that gives me minus 14, not the 2. So this is choice is not best, because it's fulfilling the first definition, first condition, but not the other one. Its addition or subtraction is not giving me 2, so that is not choosable. Right? So look forward for another terms. What I can do? This is not possible. If I choose 5 and 3. So 5 and minus 3 for example. 5 times minus 3 is minus 15. First condition is satisfied. And 5 plus minus 3. That gives me 2. Middle term is making? Yeah, I can make the middle term, that is 2. It means that second condition is also satisfied. I can choose this pair, 5 and minus 3. So this can be written over here. X square plus 5x minus 3x minus 15, which is equals to 0. What I did? I just convert 2x into 5x minus 3x. That satisfy these two definitions, these two conditions actually. So make a pair. This is my first pair. This is my second pair. I took x common from the first pair and that gives me x plus 5. I took 3 common from the second pair and inside I have 5 plus 3, 5 plus x again, which is equals to 0. How you can check that your step is right? The term that are inside the brackets should be same. If they are not same in any case, it means that your choice for the constants or the variable at the first step are wrong. You have to go back to your previous step and check what was your mistake. What are the things that you are making wrong? Do it again. This step is also known as a verification step through which you can choose either your answer seems to be right or not. So these are same, it means that my step is right. These are same. I can make a pair with x minus 3, that is x minus 3 and x plus 5 can be written as a one time and taking as common between them. So it is x minus 3 which is equals to 0 and x plus 5 which is equals to 0. So make two cases, x minus 3 is equals to 0 and the other one is x plus 5 is equals to 0. From that I have x is equals to 3 and from that I have x is equals to minus 5. So these are the two possible values of x that I can choose for this equation. I'm writing few more questions for your practice. You can try and if you seems any problem you can ask. For your practice I'm writing few questions. 6x square plus x minus 2 is equals to 0. Question number 3 is x square plus 12x plus 32 is equals to 0. I'm writing their answers. You have to try and verify either you are getting the same answers or not. So for this one your answer should be x is equals to 1 by 2 and x is equals to minus 2 by 3. And for that one your answer should be x is equals to minus 4 and x is equals to 8. You can try these questions and if you feel any difficulty you can ask. But be sure to try these ones if you are interested to learn about the quadratic equation by making a factor. Inshallah, in the next class we will discuss a quadratic formula or completing square.